On the way to a family reunion, my husband went pale and whispered, "Turn the car around now." I was stunned. "Why? Just turn around, please." I trusted him, and it saved us. When I found out why, I never saw my parents the same way again. We were 20 minutes from my parents' lake house when my husband, Jake, grabbed my arm. His face had gone completely white. "Turn the car around now." I looked at him like he was crazy. We'd been driving for 3 hours. The kids were asleep in the back. My whole family was waiting for us at the annual reunion. "What are you talking about? Just turn around, please. Trust me." I pulled over on the side of the road. "Jake, you're scaring me. What's going on?" He was shaking. His phone was in his hand. He showed me a text thread between him and my brother, Danny. Danny had sent a message 10 minutes ago. "Don't bring her here. They're planning something. I don't know what, but Dad's been on the phone with lawyers all week. Mom keeps talking about how this is the year everything gets settled." I read it 3 times. "What does that mean? Get settled?" Jake shook his head. "I don't know, but Danny's never reached out to me before. Not once in 8 years. If he's warning us, something's really wrong." I wanted to argue. I wanted to say Danny was being dramatic, but Jake's face told me he wasn't willing to take the risk. So I turned the car around. We drove to a hotel 2 towns over. I called my mom and told her the kids got sick and we couldn't make it. She was furious. "You're ruining everything. We planned this whole weekend around you being here. Your father is going to be devastated." I apologized and hung up. Then I called Danny. He answered on the first ring. "You didn't come." "No, what's going on?" Long pause. "They're trying to get your inheritance early." "What inheritance?" "Grandma's trust. The one she set up before she died." I felt my stomach drop. My grandmother passed away 3 years ago. She'd been wealthy, really wealthy, from a business she built in the 1970s. She left everything in a trust that would be distributed when I turned 35. I was turning 35 in 2 months. That trust was worth almost $2 million. Danny kept talking. "Dad's been telling everyone you're financially irresponsible, that Jake controls all your money, that you're in an abusive situation and can't make decisions for yourself. He's been building a case to have himself named as trustee instead of you." "What?" I could barely breathe. "The reunion was supposed to be an intervention. They were going to confront you in front of everyone, make you look crazy, get witnesses to say you seemed unstable. Then Dad was going to petition the court to take control of your trust for your own protection." I sat in that hotel room trying to process what my brother was telling me. My parents were trying to steal $2 million from me by convincing a judge I was mentally unfit, and they were going to use my entire family as witnesses. "Why are you telling me this?" I asked Danny. "Because I'm tired of being part of their schemes. They did something similar to Aunt Rosa 10 years ago. Took her house by convincing everyone she had dementia. She didn't. She died in that nursing home they put her in. I remember Aunt Rosa. I remember visiting her and thinking she seemed fine, just confused about why she was there. Now I understood why. I asked Danny what I should do. "Get a lawyer, a good one, and don't talk to Mom or Dad until you do." I hired an attorney the next week. Her name was Bate, and she specialized in trust litigation. Bate pulled up court records. My dad had already filed preliminary paperwork. He'd submitted statements from my mother, my aunt, and 2 cousins claiming I showed signs of mental instability. Fabricated stories about breakdowns, irrational financial decisions, being isolated by my husband. None of it was true. Not a single word, but it was all signed and notarized. We filed a countermotion with bank statements showing Jake and I had separate finances. Performance reviews showing I'd been promoted twice in 3 years. Letters from friends and colleagues confirming I was stable. And the text messages from Danny. The court date came 6 weeks later. My parents showed up with their lawyer looking confident. They didn't know I'd been preparing. The judge reviewed both sides and looked at my father. "You claim your daughter is mentally unfit to manage her own inheritance. Yet, she's provided extensive documentation showing stable employment, sound finances, and no history of mental health issues. Meanwhile, your evidence consists entirely of statements from family members with potential financial interest in the outcome." She said she was troubled by the timing. He filed the petition 8 weeks before I turned 35, when I would gain full access to the trust. That suggested this was less about my welfare and more about controlling assets before I could claim them. She ruled in my favor. Full access to my trust as originally intended. My father's petition was dismissed. She also referred the case for investigation into potential elder abuse regarding Aunt Rosa. Outside the courtroom, my father approached me. "You've made a terrible mistake. You've torn this family apart over money." I looked at him. This man who raised me, who taught me to ride a bike, who walked me down the aisle. I told him he tried to have me declared mentally incompetent so he could steal my inheritance. He used my own family as weapons against me. He did something similar to Aunt Rosa, and she died because of it. "Don't talk to me about tearing families apart." My mother tried one more time. "We were trying to protect you. Jake is controlling you. You can't see it." I told her I was standing there with my own lawyer, my own money, my own documentation. "Jake didn't do any of this." "I did, because you raised a daughter who knows how to fight back."